dealing with. Okay, so let's study one by one. So see, we can consider these areas as decision making areas also as a operations manager. Please keep this in mind. If you have a question in question paper from your university stating what are the decision areas as a manager operations manager, so you have to write out these points only, because this is the areas on what your operations manager are going to work on in terms of policies and strategies. Okay, the first one we have is location of facilities. So let's see what is location of facility is. you know we have to select a location for our business or say production unit. Okay okay so where our main operations should be based, that is what is the main question with respect to location of facilities. So where you're going to place is, that's the ultimate question. So which place you're going to choose. So this comes with lots of questions. What are those questions? Let's see one by one. We have on what factors. Yes, availability of raw materials. We need to choose location based on our product, whether we are able to get available resources or raw materials which are required for our production. Why it is very important? Because acquiring raw materials is cost oriented in terms of transportation. You have to pay transportation cost. You have to pay transportation cost in order to make sure you receive raw materials to your production unit. So that's the reason you have to choose an ideal locations which is very much feasible for you as a production system to get your raw materials. Okay, the second factor is labor. So now if my product is furniture, if I'm producing the furniture, the location where you're planting your layout, okay, where you're locating your layout, where you're installing your layout, so that location, does it have the required skilled labors in it, is the question again you have to ask, and you need to have a solution for it. If yes, then choose, then it is not the ideal location for you to install your location. And the infrastructure in the sense, that's the reason infrastructure in the sense the other available resources, as say transportation is available or not. Yes, if so, what kind of transportation is you require, whether it is airways, road transport, or what is the form of transportation, and other kind of infrastructure also, where you can focus the equipments being used, machineries, whether we are going to get the tools, materials, everything you have to focus in terms of infrastructure. Okay, next we have weather conditions. So if I would take so now we were talking about wood. See, wood is a raw material. Okay, wood is a raw material. So wood is a raw material for used for production of furniture. Okay, so that requires certain stability in terms of weather conditions to store your raw materials. If you put it in a wet condition, so obviously you will see you see your raw materials are destroying. You see put in a urge, where you see the maintenance of those raw materials would be difficult. Okay, again the last point is transportation, availability of transportation, whether it is the feasible or not. So these are the few conditions where these are the main questions you need to be worked on in order to make sure you select the right location for your plant. Okay, go back to the main screen, and we have next is plant layouts and material handling. So what is plant layout? See, this is a picture which explains you what plant layout is all about. It's a blueprint of your plant. So where you're going to locating which section. So you have a section for admin department. We have please observe the picture. So you have the section for processing of your product, and you have a storage area, and you have, you have differentiated where the actual this system has to be. See, you have a laboratory, you have a section given for laboratory, and you have a section for workshop. So yes, so it's a physical arrangements of your facilities in your layout. So you need to have a proper arrangement of the different departments in your plant. That's what plant is nothing but the area of your building. Okay, yeah. Moving ahead, see, it's a configuration of departments, various work centers, equipments in conversion process, or say production process. Okay, so that's what this is, a laboratory. So you're going to have a testing here. This is actually, I have got a plant of a chemical factory. Okay, so this is a factory, and this is a workshop. So you need to plan according this process or this arrangements of facilities in your plant, so that you get your work efficiently done at the end of the day. Okay, yeah. And next comes is designing a physical arrangement that meets the requirement output quality. Yes, so that's what the main point of this plant layout and material handling is all about. Make sure we have a plant layout designed and installed in the sense so that we produce the quality output and the most economical quantity. Yeah, economical quantity in the sense at the cost of per unit is very less comparing. Okay, so you need to, the simple terms, plant layout and material handling we'll be discussing now. Okay, so plant layout is simple things. It's an arrangement of facilities in your production area or production plant. Okay, so this is what is the arrangement. This is an idea which gives you an arrangement of your production plant. Okay, so next comes is material handling. So it refers to the simple movement of your movement of your raw materials from one machine to another machine. Okay, so how you're going to handle it, what is the process you're going to use it. So how, whether we have discussed whether it is job shop, or whether it is a batch, whether it is a continuous flow of your production. That's again depends. So how is that you're going to decide upon. So these are the areas where as operations managers has to focus in terms of decision and framing policies. Okay, I hope I'm clear with this point. Okay, let's go back to the main screen and find out what is the next area of scope of production operations management. This and the decision making area of operations managers. Okay, so yeah, what is product design? We were discussing yesterday. There is an idea, and converting it to an actual product is what product design is all about. Okay, so a product is anything that is capable of satisfying felt needs of your customers, or the necessities or the expectations or the wants of a customers, what we say. A product is anything which, this is we have already discussed in our earlier classes. So product is anything, a commodity which is capable of satisfying the needs of your customers. Okay, next is it deals with the conversion of ideas into an reality. So you have an idea, it is a design, by designing this, by adding features to it, you get into a reality of your product. You make sure you get into the final aspects of your product. Okay, so product design is converting your ideas into a reality, simple terms. Okay, moving ahead, it involves, first thing is needs identification. See, first thing is any product, first it has to have a capability in terms of satisfying the needs of your customers. So first you need to identify what are the needs identification of your customers. Next is advanced product planning. You need to have the advanced product features with respect to planning, so that you can survive with your competitors in the market. So you need to differentiate your product, even though if you're producing the similar product with your competitive products, but you need to make sure you have add-on advanced features with your product so that it can survive in your it can survive in the market with among the competitive product. Okay, moving ahead, advanced. Oh, I'm so sorry, this is repeated. Okay, yeah, a product evaluation. So product evaluation is, you need to evaluate the product once there is a design. There is a once design, it is not finalized. So you have to have a repetitions in terms of finalizing your designs. How you do is evaluation. So evaluation is what? Considering the pros and cons, you will get into an idea which is the best for your production process, so which has to be finalized as a final product of your business organization, which can create brand, which can create an identity for your company, which can is able to get profit for your business organization. Okay, yeah, that's all about is product evaluation. So evaluation, that's what I meant. So once your design, it is not finalized, so you have to rework on it, rework, redesign. It's evaluation. Like what are the features, whether it suits. That's, evaluation is what, I would say is, um, that's what the checking pros and cons of the product and the features with respect to that. Then you will be finalizing as a final product for the production and product use and support. So how reliable that product is for your customers, that's what, the use of product and the support. Okay, so how reliable so it is to your customers, that has to be taken into a consideration while designing your product. So this is one, a picture of designs. What I meant is, it's an electric kettle product I've got. So this is how is the design should be. So where actually, how much, the centigrade, whether, the volume of the heat, the increase decrease, where the it should be, it should have an open lid, and what is the physical presence of that product, how it actually looks in terms of, virtual. Yes, so this is what is all about product design. I hope I'm clear with the product design. See, I'm just making it very simple because only these elements we are going to study the whole syllabus. Okay. I'm just making it very simple. I'm just giving you an overview so that we have an opportunity where we can study these elements in detail. So a simple term, product design involves, conversion of the your idea, what you have in terms of your product, into an reality, or getting it. Okay, where in that's all simple terms, converting your ideas into an real aspect of your product. Okay, yeah, going back. Okay, so I was discussing with the product design, and now I have, just give me a second.